Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Gemini, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of April 13th to the 19th. This week we have a very clear message from the universe with the Yes Oracle card. We have the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, Judgment, the Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands. So we do have ending energy here, Gemini. And we have that with that Judgment card. So it's really the final call on a situation, something that may have been, keeping you small and stopping you from really, living that expansive kind of best life experience that you truly deserve. We see you, turning your back on it and basically wanting to move towards a greater sense of fulfillment. And I think it's going to be a really big sense of victory for you in that, and it's really time for forward vision and to go on your new quest of seeking the experiences, people, whatever the situation is for you, that are really going to light you up, that you can really have true passion for, because I'm feeling that the situation that's ending for you was quite lackluster in some way. Maybe there was some sort of sense of boredom in it as well. Excuse me. So before we get to the tarot cards, guys, I'm going to read out your oracle cards. You have two that came out this week. We have the Yes Oracle card and you have the Warrior Woman. So the Yes Oracle card, guys, is an extremely clear sign from the universe. If there has been a burning question on your mind or a decision that you've been trying to make, this is the universe's way of giving you a very aligned yes and saying that energetically the time is right for you to proceed, to move forward. And that could be to bring this ending to completion, or whether you might have been asking yourself whether or not to move away from the situation. The answer is yes. It's a very strong symbol there. And we also have the Warrior Woman Oracle card here as well, guys. Have you answered your deepest calling? So I feel that you might be ending this situation in order to free up space so you really can now move towards what is aligned with your life purpose, something that's really going to light you up, as I mentioned before. So I'm just going to read that one out, Warrior Woman. You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts, and the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. So how many of you have been hearing the call lately, Gemini? Because in the Judgment card, we see that angel blowing this trumpet here to get your attention to awaken to a truth, to awaken to seeing a situation for what it is, to awaken to the fact that maybe you're in a situation that is either, meant to end or might be holding you back from your highest purpose, from answering your deepest calling. Because the angel has had to step in and get your attention to give you this wake-up call, this divine wake-up call, because the situation that you were in some way was constricting you, maybe keeping you small, giving you that feeling of maybe being in the darkness. And when we're kept small and we can't sort of be in that expansive state, we're absolutely not living on purpose with ourselves. Now, this is a general reading, guys. It could be a range of different situations. Obviously, one of the obvious ones is in our relationships. We could be with somebody who is controlling, or just the relationship's not aligned with us, so we feel that we have to, keep certain parts of our personalities under wraps, or we can't fully express ourselves, we can't be who we are, or can't be living towards our values. That can make you feel, confined and constricted. It can be in the workplace, working in a job where you can't offer your best, that you feel like you have to play small because you don't want to be seen, because there might be people that think that want the attention or want that space more than you, that want that promotion more than you, that are willing to be in competition and fight for it. That's an energy it can be also. So really, we need to release that energy, because that's the energy that keeps us small. You deserve to be able to shine bright and be as big as you truly desire, and not to, keep yourself small, not to be a big fish in a small pond anymore. And that's where the Ten of Wands here, it's really time to release this, to end the situation, whatever it is. Because the Ten of Wands shows somebody who is carrying the load or the weight of a situation on their shoulders. It can be something that's been burdening them for quite a while, that you've been kind of really mulling over, haven't known what to do, stay or go, stay or go. But we have that Yes Oracle card that's trying to point you in the right direction this week. The Ten of Wands can be also having way too many responsibilities. Some of you may have overcommitted, be it in, the blend of work-life balance. And some of you might need to just, put new boundaries into place, to start saying no, to, release some of these things. And even if you feel like you might disappoint people. Whatever this load is for you, whether it's in work or romance or your responsibilities, we see here this person on autopilot, making their well-worn path of what they do in the day, but while carrying this burden that's probably clouding their thoughts and taking up energy that they could be using for other action. This person is blinded by it, it's taking up space, and this person can't see other pathways maybe to make the same journey. So we all know that when we're really consumed by a situation, it can really wears us out. It can be very tiring as well. And it's not until we release that load that we realize, wow, I've got so much energy. I feel so clear. I feel so good now. And I feel that that is how you're going to feel after you release this situation. But that divine wake-up call is here to really get your attention, to make you address this situation so that you can release it. Because we can see here with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups that the situation either has been or is no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. I mean, in the Four of Cups, we see somebody who has already started to retract their energy from the situation, has already backed off, retreated within themselves, has disconnected emotionally from the situation, is no longer feeling it, is over it. It's a sense of apathy, already shut down, as in maybe you'd already tried to do your best at this job, or maybe you'd already tried to, put in your best effort with this relationship, and maybe those efforts just haven't given you the returns that you've desired. So now you've really shut off your energy. And the funny thing is that sometimes it's when you shut off your energy, it's almost like the other parties, then they sort of really notice that shift in you, and that's often when they start coming in and trying to draw you back into it, maybe with another little breadcrumb, an emotional offer, an apology, something like that. But I feel like you've already made up your mind, and this is the week that you really sort of get that kind of aha moment, that sort of enlightenment to go, you know what, I'm going to step into my warrior energy, I'm going to walk away, I'm going to end this thing. Yeah, because we have, three new cups here in this card, which really stand for, new possibilities, new manifestations. I think you're ready to create something new with someone else, be it in work or romance. Because what you're truly desiring, Gemini, is to leave behind this Eight of Cups reality, one that had a fundamental piece missing, in order to journey to the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment and contentment and a greater sense of, joy, love and harmony in your life. And, I feel like maybe this person is trying to fill that gap for you, maybe since you've kind of turned away from the situation. But, it's just too little too late, and you know that this piece is not the one that fits in this gap. You've tried that. And, it's always had that feeling of being slightly incomplete for you, and you are now journeying towards completion. You want that final piece. You want that person or that job that completes you and makes you feel like the whole picture. And I think, intuitively, you've been feeling this for a while, and you know that turning your back on it and starting to retreat from the situation is the right thing to do at this time. And remember, the universe says yes as well. So I really feel that that divine confirmation is on your side this week. So interesting energy, and I just feel like things are going to shift quite quickly when you move away from the situation. It's interesting how that happens. In your near future position, we have the Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So the first thing I notice about these two cards, as well as the Eight of Cups that precede it, is that these people are all focused on future vision. They're all looking to the right. No one's looking back. And I feel like once you remove yourself from the situation or have that conversation, I'm leaving that job, I'm leaving this relationship, or the nature of it has to change, whatever it might be for you, there's going to be no looking back. And you're just going to feel so good about that decision once you've actually made it. I mean, the Six of Wands shows somebody who has been victorious, after maybe going through a darker time, a harder time. But this person here has their head held high in self-esteem, knowing they've done the right thing. And, other people, I think, around you are going to notice the shift in you and going to notice this increased energy in you and go, have you done something differently? And, it's because letting go of a big weight, of a burden, it can really lighten your energetic field. And I think you're going to become more attractive, more magnetic because of that. But ultimately, you're also going to be feeling much more, peaceful and harmonious, and have a sense of healing through this as well. And the Queen of Wands, I mean, this is the energy that I think you're going to be stepping into, Gemini. And this is a fire sign female, but really what she is she's somebody who is an opportunist. She's now ready to see new opportunities and to expand them. She makes clear instinctual decisions for her life, for how to move it forward to better her, rather than, connecting with the past. And both of these people here are clasping the Ace of Wands, and that stands for, getting back your passion and purpose, your energy and enthusiasm for life. This is about taking inspired action now to move forward and to manifest that new beginning that you're looking for, be it in work, be it in romance, be it whatever it is. This is about that potential, those seeds of potential for a beautiful, passionate new beginning. That's what I'm seeing here. Now, we don't quite know, what shape or form that beginning will take or when it will come in, but we do know that first it all starts with releasing this, clearing the past, and then you can connect to the present, and that's when you can create the future, Gemini. So I'm going to leave it there, and I wish you all the best with it. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for everyone. Feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know if it's resonating and how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here for another reading next week.